morning, I'm Heidi Militana, the floral coordinator here at Winterthur, and today I'm going to show you how to make a fall planter. I was thinking about H.F. DuPont's pioneering design in naturalistic landscapes, and I am paying homage to him today by using this planter. I was inspired by this faux moss ball that I saw in the Winterthur store, and they still have some left if you're interested, while supplies last, of course. And I am also going to use some burlap. I like to mix real and faux materials in a planter. This would be something that you would need to keep either on a covered porch or indoors, because this would not last outside. But I'm going to use some real gourds, some faux leaves, bittersweet, some different pieces of limbs and bark, some Spanish moss, pine cones, and lastly, this is called sea oats, and I love the movement of this. But you don't have to use these exact things that I'm using. Go out and scavenge in your yard, see what you have. Instead of using sea oats, you might have some branches or some wheat that you could use. Instead of using faux leaves, you might have real leaves. So just use your imagination, and you could think about the design aspect of it, what I'm doing, and just use whatever materials you happen to have, and that's actually more fun. Come over here. I'm going to show you some of the mechanical things that I'm going to do in this prior to my making it. When I'm using pine cones, I like to wire them, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. This is very handy for wreath making or anything else, because once you get a pine cone wired, you can maneuver it to any position you want. So say it's facing down like that, just push it up like that. Push it to whatever position you want. You want a fairly stiff wire. This is an 18 gauge with these big pine cones. I do this with any kind of pine cone. And you want to take the wire and push it down in between the very bottom of the pine cone. Give it a couple little twists. And then you want to use some type of a stick. We have different sizes. We have this size, we have this size. And you twist it onto the stick. And then with these stakes, I cut them because they were a little bit too long. And there you go. You got it so that you can maneuver it any way that you want. And again, I use this same technique when I'm making wreaths. I love this wire. This is like a coated wire that looks very natural. I like both of these colors, mossy green and the brown. You're able to put things onto, you're able to secure things and have it look very natural. I have some other types of wire. This is a coated wire, chenille stems, and styrofoam. Styrofoam is great for boosting things up. So in my basket, I'm going to need to boost up my gourds to compete with the mass of that faux moss ball. So I'm going to use these to boost up my gourds. You could also use bubble wrap or something else. All right. When I was making this arrangement, I wasn't real in love with either the basket or this pedestal, but that's what I had. So what I did was I took the burlap and kind of draped it over the basket, not to hide it, but just to soften it a little bit. And then I put a piece of bark in front of the pedestal to kind of distract you from the formalness that that pedestal had. So this is the arrangement in homage to H.F. DuPont.